Good morning, everybody. Today's I will take the gluteal region. So gluteal region I will complete in two sessions. First session 1 I should cover the all muscles of this gluteal region. Then session 2 I will complete the neurovascular bundle. Gluteal region 2. Here you can know this highlight of the gluteal region. First muscles of this region, structure under cover of this gluteus maximus, nerves of this region, artery of this region, trochanteric and cruciate anastomosis, structure passings, greater and lesser sciatic, foramen and Tendelbug rest. So these are the highlight of the gluteal region. You see this gluteal region, it extends from this level of this iliac crest up to this gluteal sulcus or the gluteal fold. This one are the area are the gluteal region. The prominence of the buttocks is unique in men due to the adoption of upright posture. Due to our upright posture, so this region are very prominent in human being. So it is help for this posture and bipedal mode of this locomotion. So prominence of this buttocks is unique in men due to this bipedal mode of locomotion and upright posture. The gluteal prominence is account for this massive development of this gluteus maximus muscle. Here there is a largest and thickest muscles, name is given this gluteus maximus, and here there is a deposition of this maximum amount of this subcutaneous fat. So it is unique identification of this human being. It extends from above at the length of this iliac crest, at the iliac crest, below at the gluteal fold, behind sacral spine. Here there is a sacral spine. In front there is a imaginary vertical line passing from this anterior superior iliac spine to the anterior edge of this greater trochanter. So these are the anterior superior iliac spine, this one are the greater trochanter. This one are the vertical imaginary line. It passes from this anterior superior iliac spine to greater trochanter. So these one are the in front of this gluteal region. So extent of this gluteal region, above there is a iliac crest, below there is a gluteal fold, behind there is a sacral spine, and in front there is a imaginary vertical line from anterior superior iliac spine to anterior edge of this greater trochanter of femur. So this one are the gluteal region. Skeletal frameworks, you can see this skeletal framework within this region. There is a dorsal surface of the sacrum, coccygeus, then gluteal surface of this one are the gluteal surface of this hip bone or the ilium, then ischial tuberosity, pubic symphysis, ischial tuberosity. Here there is a ischial spine, greater and lesser sciatic notch. This one are the greater sciatic notch, this one are the lesser sciatic notch. So greater and lesser sciatic notch, gluteal region, dorsal surface of this ischium, then ischial tuberosity, ischial spine. These are the part of this hip bone, and there is a upper part of this femur. This one are the upper part of this femur, including the neck, greater and lesser trochanter, and the gluteal tuberosity. This one are the representative or this skeletal frameworks of this gluteal region. So extent and skeletal framework. Now important bony landmark. Important bony surface landmark, there is a first L3 spine. So you see these are the highest point of this iliac crest. This one are the level of this iliac crest or the highest point of this iliac crest. It is correspond with fourth lumbar vertebra. This one are the L3, this one are the fourth lumbar vertebra. So this help in counting this vertebral spine for the lumbar puncture. Between this L3 and L4, this line, it is helpful for counting this lumbar vertebra and for this lumbar punctures. Then posterior superior iliac spine, this one are the posterior superior iliac spine. You see this posterior superior iliac spine का importance क्या है? It is the dip to the skin dimple. So at the line joining the posterior spine of the both side, pass through the second sacral spine, where the spinal dural and the arachnoid matter end with the continuated CSF in the subarachnoid space. So this one are the importance of this posterior superior iliac spine. Then the tip of this greater trochanter of this femur, this one are the tip of this greater trochanter. It lies about the 1 hand breadth below the tubercle of iliac crest. Below the tubercle of this iliac crest, this one are the tip of this greater trochanter. Then ischial tuberosity. See, this one are the ischial tuberosity. उसका क्या importance है? It is the vertically below the posterior suprailiac spine and at the lower level than the tip of this coccyx. This one are the tip of this coccyx के नीचे आएगा. These are the ischial tuberosity. So when in ischial tuberosity is covered by the gluteus maximus, but when the thigh is flexed, the muscles slip over the tuberosity, expose the lower part of this bone, which is covered by the cushion of this fibrofatty tissue, and transmit the body weight in sitting posture. So these are the helpful during this sitting posture. It is helpful for the transmission of this body weight. So this one are the importance of this surface landmark. L3 it is an L3 and L4 in between. There is helpful for this lumbar puncture. These are the level of the iliac crest. Here there is a posterior suprailiac spine. This one are the tip of this greater trochanter. This one are this extent of this gluteal fold. Then also name is given this natal cleft, and this one are the in between these two fold. This one are the natal cleft, and this one are the tip of this coccyx and ischial tuberosity. This one are the surface landmark. The superficial fascia, there is a deep fascia. So within this superficial area, there is extension of this cutaneous nerve. So cutaneous nerve, it is superficial fascia convey the fibers from the ventral and dorsal primary rami of this spinal nerve and are derived from the several sources. You see this diagram. Upper anterior quadrant, it's supplied by this cutaneous nerve by the lateral cutaneous branch of this subcostal nerve, then lateral cutaneous branch of this iliohypogastric nerve. These are the upper anterior quadrant. These one are the upper posterior quadrant. Upper posterior quadrant innervated by this cutaneous nerve by dorsal rami of this L1, L2 and L3, dorsal rami of this S1 and S2. In lower posterior quadrant, it innervated by this perforated cutaneous nerve S2 and S3, and posterior cutaneous nerve of thigh S1, S2 and S3. This one are the posterior, lower posterior quadrant. This one are the upper posterior quadrant. And lower anterior quadrant it innervated by this posterior division of lateral cutaneous nerve of thigh L2 and L3. So this one are the cutaneous innervation. It divided by these two imaginary line, one horizontally, one vertical and one is horizontally into upper anterior quadrant, upper posterior quadrant, lower anterior quadrant and lower posterior quadrant. So these are the cutaneous nerve innervate at the gluteal region. So these are cutaneous innervation. It is thus evident that the area of the skin supplied by this ventral rami derive from widely separated segment, upper and lateral part of gluteal region. This one are upper and lateral part of this gluteal region by the subcostal and iliohypogastric nerve. Subcostal and iliohypogastric nerve, upper and ventral or the upper and anterior quadrant, ilio and subcostal, iliohypogastric and subcostal nerve. T12 and L1, T12 and L1. Lower and lateral part femoral cutaneous nerve. This one are the femoral cutaneous nerve. Lower and medial part by the posterior femoral cutaneous nerve and perforating cutaneous nerve. Posterior femoral cutaneous nerve and perforating cutaneous nerve. Therefore, the dermatom between the L2 and L1 remain unrepresented in the gluteal region. So these one are the cutaneous innervation. Now the deep fascia. So you see this cutaneous innervation of the cutaneous nerve. Upper most laterally there is a branch of subcostal nerve. This one are the branch of this iliohypogastric nerve. These are the branch of the from the posterior primary rami of the L1, L2 and L3. Branch from the posterior rami of this S1, S2 and S3. This here it's innervate the perforating cutaneous nerve. Here there is a gluteal branch of this lateral cutaneous nerve of thigh. Here there is a gluteal branch of this posterior cutaneous nerve of this thigh. This one are the cutaneous nerves of the gluteal region. Same figure, lateral cutaneous branch of subcostal nerve, lateral cutaneous branch of the iliohypogastric nerve, cutaneous branch of dorsal rami of the upper three lumbar nerves. Here there is innervate the cutaneous branch from the dorsal rami of the upper three sacral nerve. This one are the perforated cutaneous nerve. Here there is a recurrent gluteal branch from the posterior femoral cutaneous nerve. This area is supplied by this posterior branch of this lateral femoral cutaneous nerve. These one are the gluteal region. Now what is the dermatom? So patches of this skin, it is innervate the same spinal scale segment, name is given this dermatom. This patch is innervated by the subcostal nerve. These are the innervated by this iliohypogastric nerve. This middle area is supplied by this dorsal rami of this L1, L2 and L3. Inner half it innervate the dorsal rami of this S1, S2 and S3. Here it innervate the perforating cutaneous nerve. Here it innervate the posterior cutaneous nerve of thigh, and laterally there is a lateral cutaneous nerve of thigh. So these are the patches of the skin innervated by the same spinal segment. Name is given this dermato. Now deep fascia. So deep fascia, it attaches above to the iliac crest and behind the sacrum. It attaches above the iliac crest and behind to the sacrum. Deep fascia is continuous with iliotibial tract. You see, these are the continuation of this deep fascia to form a iliotibial tract. So here you see this anterior superior iliac spine, above and below there is a sacrum. These one are the attachment of this deep fascia. What is the character features of this deep fascia? It covers the two muscles. Here there is a tensor fascia lata, it split and it covers the both superficial and deep lamina of the deep fascia. And in between this tensor fascia lata and gluteus maximus muscles, deep to this gluteus medius and minimus, these are the thickest part of this deep fascia. This area name is given this gluteal aponeurosis. So gluteal aponeurosis, there is a maximum thickness of this deep fascia under cover of this gluteus medius and minimus. So further it covered the gluteus maximus both in superficial and deep lamina of this deep fascia. Then it is continuous as a iliotibial tract. So these are the character features of this deep fascia. So fascia is split twice along the iliac crest to enclose the tensor fascia lata and gluteus maximus and form the thickened sheet. Name is given this gluteal aponeurosis. So दो बार वो split होता है deep fascia. Anteriorly anterior superior iliac spine up to the sacrum तक वो extend attach है. इन दो मसल्स को वो कवर करता है और डीप टू दिस सुपरफिशियल टू दिस मीडियस एंड मिनिमस के पास वाला जो डीप फेशिया है कवर करता है. दिस आर द मैक्सिमम थिकनेस, thickest cyst बोलते हैं. This thickest cyst name is given this gluteal aponeurosis. Now I will take the muscle distribution of the gluteal region. You see, these are the tensor fascia lata and iliotibial tract. So fibers from the tensor fascia lata and maximum gluteus maximum muscles के fibers दोनों join होके form होता है iliotibial tract. Gluteus maximus के deep में जो muscles है, these all muscle are the hamstring muscles. You already learned these hamstring muscles. There is a semimembranosus, semitendinosus, adductor head of this or ischial head of this adductor magnus, and bicep femoris का long head. This muscle all are the arise from this ischial tuberosity, and it has a common origin from this ischial tuberosity. So name is given this hamstring compartment. So below inferior border of this gluteus maximus, there are the origin of this hamstring muscles, and gluteus maximus is directed downward and laterally. So upper border of this gluteus maximus, these are the lower border of this gluteus maximus. In between these two border, this one are the extension of this gluteus maximus muscles. Between this tensor fascia lata and gluteus maximus muscle, there is a thickest sheet of this deep fascia. Name is given this gluteal aponeurosis. So this one are the gluteal aponeurosis. Here it is split and it covers the tensor fascia lata. Also it is split from superficial and deep part of this gluteus maximus. So this one are the deep fascia and muscles of the gluteus maximus and the muscle under cover of this lower border of gluteus maximus. Now gluteal ligament. So what is the gluteal ligament? So it has a two main ligament make up the ligament component of the gluteal region, and they include the sacrotuberous and sacrospinous ligament. You know this sacrotuberous ligament कहाँ पे attach होता है? Sacrum to tuberosity. Which tuberosity? Ischial tuberosity. And sacrum to spine, ischial spine. So these are the ligament to form a greater and lesser sciatic foramen. So these two ligaments convert the sciatic notch of the hip bone into the greater and lesser sciatic foramen. So these two ligaments are sacrotuberous and sacrospinous ligament. Due to this lesser and lesser sciatic notch convert into this foramen. The greater sciatic foramen form the passage through which the structures entering and leaving the passive passage of the example sciatic nerve and another great vessels. So this one are the, you see this diagram, this one are the sacrospinous ligament. So it convert into this greater sciatic foramen. Sacrotuberous ligament convert into this lesser sciatic foramen. So these are the lesser sciatic foramen. This one are the greater sciatic foramen. So by these two ligaments, sacrotuberous ligament and sacrospinous ligament. So it converted into this greater and lesser sciatic foramen. Now lesser foramen serve as a passage for the structure entering and leaving the premium. Example pudendal now. It is therefore worthy of note that the greater sciatic foramen can be linked to the door, through which all artery and nerve leaves the pelvis to enter the gluteal region, including the piriformis muscles which almost fill the foramen. So this one are the greater and lesser sciatic foramen due to these two ligament. So gluteal region is from behind. You see this behind there is a supraspinous ligament. This one are the posterior surface of this iliac spine. This one are the greater sciatic foramen. This one are the sacrotuberous ligament and ischiotuberous. This one are the ischiofemoral ligament. Ischiofemoral ligament, sacrotuberous ligament from behind or the posterior view of these two ligament, and you can easily see this foramen. This one are the greater sciatic foramen. उसके बीच नीचे जो छोटा सा फोरामेन है उसका नाम दिया है लेसर सियाटिक फोरामेन. So these two ligaments, sacrotuberous ligament and sacrospinous ligament, it convert into this greater and lesser foramen. Now muscles of this gluteal region. So whole muscles are the compartment of this gluteal region is divided into this three layer. Superficial layer, there is a more superficially superficial to the deep gluteus maximus and tensor fascia lata. Gluteus maximum and tensor fascia lata are the superficial. In superficial layer, then gluteus medius, piriformis, then tricipital tendon of this obturator internus with two gemelli, superior gemelli and inferior gemelli. This collectively three muscles or the tendon name is given this tricipital tendon of this obturator internus with gemelli superior and inferior. Then quadratus femoris. Upper part of this adductor magnus and origin of this hamstring muscles in the intermediate layer. These are the including in intermediate layer. Deep to this deeper layer में आएगा gluteus minimus with the reflected head of this rectus femoris, under cover of it, and the tendinous insertion of this obturator externus in the deep layer. So all muscles of this gluteal region is divided into these three layers: superficial layer, intermediate layer, and the deep layer. These including this gluteus maximus, gluteus medius, gluteus minimus, piriformis, superior gemelli, inferior gemelli, obturator internus, quadratus femoris, obturator externus, and tensor fascia lata. Now I will take this one by one muscles. First muscle are the gluteus maximus. You see this boundary of this gluteus maximus or the outline of this gluteus maximus, fibers of this gluteus maximus is directed downward and laterally. Here there is a origin of this gluteus maximus muscle. So this is the largest muscle and most superficial muscle of the gluteal region. Rhomboidal in outline and possess the gross muscles fasciculi. The muscles slope downward and laterally from the pelvis across the buttocks at the ankle. The lower border of this muscle extend from the tip of this coccyx. This one are the lower border of this muscle extend from the tip of this coccyx across the ischial tuberosity to the shaft of this femur. At the junction of the upper 1/3 and the lower 1/3, the oblique lower border does not correspond with this gluteal fold. Is it the somewhat horizontal skin crease of the hip joint? Upper border of this muscle extend from this posterior suprailiac spine parallel to the lower border and lies about 2.5 cm above the greater trochanter. So origin of this gluteus maximus muscle, external surface of ilium, sacrotuberous ligament, aponeurosis covering the erector spina, posterior surface of sacrum and posterior surface of coccygeal. This one are the origin of this gluteus maximus muscles. And insertion of this gluteus maximus, some fibers inserted into the iliotibial tract. So iliotibial tract में some fibers insert होते हैं, some fiber insertion into this gluteus tuberosity at the femur. So gluteal tuberosity of this femur, this one are the origin and insertion of this gluteus maximus muscle. So gluteus maximus arises from the strip of this bone and ligament between the posterior superior iliac spine and the tip of coccyx. The insertion 1/4 of this muscle is uh, inserted into the iliotibial tract, and the remaining part of this muscle is inserted into the gluteal tuberosity. So bursa related to this gluteal tuberosity. उसकी जो नर्व सप्लाई है inferior gluteal nerve, it is L4, S1 and S2. Blood supply superior and inferior gluteal artery. So here there is a trochanteric bursa and gluteal femoral bursa and ischial bursa present within this gluteal maximus muscle, deep to this gluteal maximus muscle. Three bursa is related with this gluteus maximus muscle. First, trochanteric bursa. So trochanteric bursa between this greater trochanter and the muscles के बीच में होती है. Gluteofemoral bursa, it is lies between this vastus lateralis and the muscles, और the gluteus maximus और vastus lateralis के बीच में होती है. Trochanteric bursa होती है greater trochanter और muscles maximus के बीच में होती है. Occasionally there is a ischial bursa. Sometime there is a ischial bursa. It lies between the ischial tuberosity and the muscles. So these one are the bursa related to under the deep to this gluteus maximus muscles, and it's supplied by this inferior gluteal nerve. So gluteus maximus की जो nerve supply है, it is convey the fiber from the dorsal branch of the ventral rami of L5, S1 and S2. The nerve enter into deep surface close to the center. Since finer twins of the nerve reach the superficial part of this muscle, the gluteus maximus is usually selected for this intramuscular injection. Here it is passes and it is useful for this IV or intramuscular injection, IM injection. So उसकी जो blood supply है superior inferior gluteal artery है, उसके साथ उसकी vein भी है, so beneath these muscles. उसका main action क्या है maximus का? Here you see this origin of this gluteus at the gluteal surface of this ilium. This one are the gluteus maximus का origin, उसके पास में आता है gluteus medius का, और पीछे आता है gluteus minimus में anterior gluteal line, posterior gluteal line, anterior gluteal line and inferior gluteal line. So it divide into this gluteus maximus, medius and minimus muscles का origin. उसका insertion है gluteus maximus का. Here there is a gluteal tuberosity. So gluteal tuberosity पे उसका insertion है at gluteal tuberosity of this femur, insertion of this gluteus maximus. This one are the border, upper border of this gluteus maximus muscle, lower border of this gluteus maximus muscles. Here there is the origin of this gluteus maximus. Here there is a insertion of this gluteus maximus muscle. Some fiber are insertion into iliotibial tract and some are the insertion at the gluteal tuberosity. So these are the outline of this gluteus maximus muscles. It is not correspond with this gluteal fold. So in of this gluteus maximus, it is not correspond with this gluteal fold. Now the deep to this gluteus maximus, there is a, you can see these are the thickened deep fascia are the gluteal aponeurosis and cover the gluteus medius and minimus muscles. Anteriorly there is a tensor fascia lata. Anteriorly there is a tensor fascia lata. Now action of this gluteus maximus. So what is the action? So maximum action of this gluteus maximus at the extensor of this hip joint in running and climbing. When you can run and when you can climbing, it is helpful in extensor of this hip joint. It acts as a anti-gravity muscles of the hip in the act of the sitting from the standing posture. It is lateral rotator of this hip joint. दूसरा एक्शन है उसका iliotibial tract. It maintains the extended position of knee joint. An upper fiber of this muscle act a powerful abductor of this hip joint. So this one are the action of this gluteus maximum. It extensor of this hip joint act as a anti-gravity muscles of the hip in the act of sitting from the standing posture. It is lateral rotator of this hip joint, iliotibial tract. It maintain extend position of this knee joint. Upper fiber of this muscle act powerful abductor of this hip joint. One are the action of this gluteus maximus muscles. Now which structures are under cover of this gluteus maximus? You see this one are the hip joint. This one are the gluteus maximus muscles. So which structures lies deep to this gluteus maximus? There is a tensor fascia lata, gluteus medius, gluteus minimus, capsule of this hip joint, then piriformis muscles. Here there is a superior gluteal nerve and superior gluteal artery. This one are the inferior gluteal nerve, inferior gluteal artery. This one are the gluteus maximus के डीप में आ रही है the nerve, posterior cutaneous nerve of thigh. उसके बाद ये जो मसल से डीप बाइसेप फेमोरिस, ये जो नर्व है सिएटिक नर्व. फिर यहाँ पे आएगी टेंडन ऑफ द ऑब्ट्यूटर इंटरनस के साथ टू कैमेली, सुपीरियर इंफीरियर कैमेली. ये वाली है कोडेटस फेमोरिस, उसके साथ ये जो नर्व जा रही है नाउ टू कोडेटस फेमोरिस एंड एडक्टर मैग्नस. सो दिस ऑल आर स्ट्रक्चर्स आर डीप टू दिस और अंडर कवर ऑफ दिस ग्लूटियस मैक्सिमस मसल. सो मेन उसकी एक्शन है एक्सटेंशन ऑफ हिप जॉइंट, ये पैराडॉक्सिकल एक्शन है उसकी ग्लूटियस मैक्सिमस की. दूसरी रिलेटेड टू दिस फ्लेक्शन ऑफ दिस हिप जॉइंट, स्ट्रॉन्ग लेटर रोटेटर ऑफ दिस हिप जॉइंट है, इलियोटिबियल ट्रैक के साथ मेंटेन करता है एक्सटेंड पोजीशन ऑफ दिस नी जॉइंट का. अपर फाइबर ग्लूटियस मैक्सिमस एक्ट करता है पावरफुल एबडक्टर ऑफ दिस हिप जॉइंट, एंड this one are the action of this gluteus maximus, and these structures are cover of this gluteus maximus. Already you see this diagram, this one are this hip joint, this one are the gluteus maximus. All structures are lies deep to this gluteus maximus muscle. Now you see this sticky muscle of this gluteal region, this muscle are the piriform muscle. After the cutting the margin of this gluteus maximus muscles deep to this, when you can do the dissection and cut the origin and insertion part of this gluteus maximus, deep to this gluteus maximus you can see these muscles are the gluteus medius, minimus, tensor fasciae lata. These one are the inferior gluteal nerve. This key muscle are the piriformis. Deep to this piriformis there is passes the sciatic nerve, then pudendal nerve and pudendal vessels, then perforating branch, perforating cutaneous nerve, and these are the sacrotuberous ligament. Small one are the sacrospinous ligament, and this one are the origin of this hamstring muscles. This all structures are lies deep to this gluteus maximus muscles, and here you can see this tendon of this obturator internus, उसके साथ दो गेमेली है, superior गेमेली and inferior गेमेली. So these are the structures under cover the gluteus maximus muscles. Main action उसकी है gluteus maximus का extensor of this hip joint at the extreme of the hip movement, such as the running and climbing and upstride. But in standing and quiet walking it remain the inactive, and the hamstring along attacks a hip extensor. Gluteus maximus act as a chief anti-gravity muscles of the hip in the act of sitting from the standing in such a position by the paradoxical action. It is the strong lateral rotator of this hip joint. Through the iliotibial tract, it maintains the extend position of this knee joint. Upper fiber of this gluteus maximum act as a powerful abductor of this hip. So these muscle are the gluteus maximus muscles. Deeper part of it, these are the piriformis muscle. This one are the superior and inferior gluteal nerve and vessels. Now, when paralysis of this gluteus maximus muscles. So in muscular dystrophy, the patient cannot stand up from the sitting posture without support, because उसकी action क्या है? Extension of this hip joint. In standing and quiet walking, it remain inactive and the hamstring act as a hip extensor. So उसकी जो action है वो loss हो जाएगी, इसलिए paralysis of this gluteus maximum, patient cannot stand up from sitting posture without support. So you see these are the gluteal or inferior nerve palsies. Patient there is a difficulty stepping into the bus, difficulty in arising from the chair, is often in early complaint. Patient cannot stand up from sitting posture to upright posture. Here there is a difficulty in climbing staircase, is often in early symptom due to this weakness of the pelvic girdle muscles or the inferior gluteal nerve palsy, because gluteus maximum is supplied by this inferior gluteal nerve. Also name is given this inferior nerve palsy. So these are the early symptoms are developed if there is a gluteal nerve palsy, inferior gluteal nerve palsy or paralysis of gluteus maximus muscle. Now second muscles are the tensor fasciae lata. You see these are the fibers are origin of this tensor fasciae lata, and the iliotibial tract laterally it insertion there is a fibers of this tensor fasciae lata. This green color are indicate the tensor fasciae lata. So origin it arise from this outer lip of this iliac crest, extending from this anterior superior iliac spine to tubercle of the crest. So this one are the origin of this tensor fascia lata. Here there is a origin of this tensor fascia lata from this outer lip of this iliac crest, from the anterior superiliac spine to the tubercle of the iliac crest. This one are the origin. Here there is a iliotibial tract, insertion of this tensor fascia lata at this portion. So this one are the, it's supplied by the superior gluteal nerve. It action there is abduct the hip joint and maintain the extend position of this knee joint. So these are the tensor fascia lata. It arises from this outer lip of this iliac crest, extending from the anterior superiliac spine to the tubercle of this crest. Insertion of this muscle passes downward and slightly backward and is inserted by aponeurosis to upper part of this iliotibial tract, distal to the greater tubercle trochanter. The gluteal medius with its covering fascia, gluteal aponeurosis, intervenes in the triangular gap between this gluteus maximus and the tensor fascia lata. उसकी नर्व सप्लाई है सुपीरियर ग्लूटेल नर्व, रूट वैल्यू है उसका L4, L5 एंड S1 फ्रॉम डोर्सल ब्रांच ऑफ दिस वेंट्रल रेमाइन. उसकी एक्शन है abduct the hip joint and maintain the extend position of this knee joint. So this one are the action of this tensor fascia lata. Now tensor fascia lata की जो nerve supply है, you see this one are the origin of the tensor fascia lata and here there is iliotibial tract में उसका insertion है superior gluteal nerve L4 and L5, abduct and middle rotator of the thigh, extensor of this knee. You see these are the lateral view of this gluteal region and lateral surface of this thigh. These are the gluteus maximum muscles. This one are the gluteal aponeurosis, maximum thickness of this deep fascia. This one are the tensor fascia lata, it covered by the deep fascia, splitting the two muscles, superficial and deep lamina of this deep fascia. And here there is insertion of this fiber of the gluteus maximus muscles and fibers from this tensor fascia lata within this iliotibial tract. Ultimately inserts into this lateral surface of this tibia. So this one are the tensor fascia lata. Now gluteus medius. Gluteus medius are the deep to this gluteus maximus muscle and it has a use for this posterior 1/3 of these muscles lies under cover of this gluteus maximus and its anterior 2/3 is superficial and covered by the thick gluteal aponeurosis. These one are the origin of this gluteus medius muscles. It arises from this outer surface of ilium between this iliac crest and the anterior gluteal line. This one are the anterior gluteal line, this one are the posterior gluteal line. Behind this posterior gluteal line यहाँ पे कौन से मसल्स का ओरिजिन था, ग्लूटेस मैक्सिमस का. पोस्टीरियर ग्लूटेल लाइन एंड एंटीरियर ग्लूटेल लाइन के बीच में ओरिजिन आता है ग्लूटेस मीडियस का एंड एंटीरियर ग्लूटेल लाइन एंड इंफीरियर ग्लूटेल लाइन के बीच में आता है ग्लूटेस मिनिमस का. सो दिस वन आर द ओरिजिन ऑफ दिस ग्लूटेस मीडियस. इंसर्शन ऑफ दिस ग्लूटेस मीडियस इनटू द greater trochanter of this femur lateral surface. So anterior gluteal line, posterior gluteal line and inferior gluteal line, this one are the gluteal surface of this ilium at the origin of this gluteus medius. So main उसका origin है above by the iliac crest, behind by the posterior gluteal line and in front by the anterior gluteal line. It also arises from this gluteal aponeurosis. This one are the thickest part of this deep fascia. वहाँ से भी उसके fibers origin होते हैं. उसका insertion है muscle converges downward, forward and laterally into the flattened tendon which is inserted to the lateral surface of this greater trochanter along a oblique ridge extending down and downward and forward from the tip of this greater trochanter. The triangular area of the bone is front of this oblique ridge is occupied by this trochanteric bursa of this gluteal medius. So these one are the insertion of this gluteus medius muscles. Here there is a trochanteric bursa present. Sometimes there is a trochanteric bursa of the gluteal medius. The projecting tip of this greater trochanter is caused by the pull of the gluteal medius. This one are the gluteus medius. उसकी nerve supply है medius and minimus की superior gluteal nerve. Only gluteus maximus supply by this inferior gluteal nerve. Rest of these three muscle including this tensor fascia lata, gluteus medius and minimus तीनों की nerve supply है superior gluteal nerve. उसका action है abductor of the hip joint and middle rotator of the hip joint. Affect the person walk with lurching gait pelvic sink on the unsupported side. This is known as the Tenderberg sign. So these one are the Tenderberg sign if there is a paralysis of this gluteus medius and minimus. So these are the direction of this muscle of the medius in abductor and gluteus medius in abductor. These one are the gluteus medius and gluteus minimus muscles. So these are the helpful for this action of this gluteus medius and minimus. You see, these are the origin and insertion of the boundary of this gluteus medius. These are the gluteus minimus below the inferior gluteal, so posterior, anterior and inferior gluteal line. There is origin of this gluteus minimus. So gluteus minimus muscle arises from this gluteal surface of this ilium between the anterior and inferior gluteal line and extend up to the margin of this lateral sciatic notch. This one are the lateral sciatic notch. So this here there is a insertion of this gluteus minimus. Gluteus minimus का insertion कहाँ पे होता है? Tendon to reach on the lateral part of this anterior surface of this greater trochanter. And the medial part of this bone is separated from this tendon by a bursa. So these one are the insertion of this gluteus minimus. Gluteus minimus. Here there is a gluteus medius and greater trochanter of this femur पे उसका insert. See this diagram, gluteus minimus का origin, outer surface of ilium between the anterior and inferior gluteal line. This one are the anterior gluteal line and inferior gluteal line. यहाँ पे उसका insertion है greater trochanter of femur और anterior aspect or the greater trochanter of this femur. This muscle are the gluteus. दोनों की nerve supply है superior gluteal nerve. उस दोनों का action है abductor of this hip joint, and if there is a slugging during this walking, there is a Tenderberg sign is positive. The anterior fiber of this both medius and minimus muscle act as a medial rotator of hip joint to increase the forward string during this locomotion. So this one are the action of this gluteus medius and minimus. So what is the Tenderberg test? When person stand on one leg, the pelvis of the opposite side is raised, but if it is get depressed, then the test is positive. If it is positive, possible cause there is a gluteus medius and minimus are paralysis. Fractures of this neck of this femur, disease involving the hip joint or the dislocation. Neck shaft angle is reduced. Example, Kupshavara. This one are the Tenderberg test. You see this diagram, right side of this gluteus medius minimus are paralysis. This one are the paralyzed side, so there is a tilting of this pelvis. So trunk and pelvis, this one are the normal. It is represented as a normal gluteus medius and minimus. This one are this upright during this walking position. When it is paralysis, it is not upside but it is downward. So this one are the paralyzed side of this gluteus medius and minimus on the right side. So action of this gluteus medius and minimus, abductor of this thigh, gluteus medius and minimus when the walking. Posterior view, A, when the his weight is fit. This one are the normal, this one are the tilting of the C is represent the gluteal medius and minimus are owing to injury, superior gluteal nerve. So there is a paralysis of this medius and minimus. Lurching gait, here there is a bilateral is called in the bedding gait. So you see these are the normal, this one are the positive Tenderberg sign, the pelvis is tilting downward. So if it is normal, it is rise upward, but it is positive sign, there is a paralysis होगा तो positive होगी Tenderberg sign. So this is the Tenderberg sign. Now piriformis muscle. So piriformis muscle, it is the partly within this pelvis in the its posterior wall and partly in the gluteal region. Posterior to the hip joint, it is key muscle of this gluteal region. So why it is called key muscle? Because this, when you can identify the piriformis muscles below and above, you can easily identify the nerves and vessels of this gluteal region. उसका origin है muscles का front of the sacrum by the 3 digitation. You see this one are the origin of this muscle, E-shape origin, and from the anterior surface of the sacrum at the lateral part. Front of the sacrum by the 3 digitation from the bare of this bone between this anterior sacral foramina as well as from the area of the bone lateral to the foramina. Gluteal surface of this ilium close to the posterior inferior iliac spine the capsule of the sacroiliac joint and the adjoining pelvic surface of the sacral tuberosity, sacrotuberous ligament. Upper margin of this greater sciatic notch. These one are the origin of this piriformis muscle. उसका इंसर्शन कहाँ पे है? You see this one are the insertion of this piriformis at the greater trochanter of this femur on the upper border. The muscles appear in this gluteal region after emerging the laterally through the greater sciatic foramen and are inserted around the tendon to the posterior upper border of this greater trochanter or the apex of this greater trochanter. Some of its fiber extend forward along the whole length of this upper border of this greater trochanter. The upper border of this piriformis lies along the gluteus medius and its lower border along the gluteus superior gemellus. Upper piriformis gluteus medius and lower border along the gemellus superior. So this one are the piriformis. Relation of this piriformis within this pelvis and in gluteal region. So pelvic within this pelvis, this one are the pelvic within this pelvis. Within this pelvis in front are the sacral plexus of this nerve intervening between these muscles and the partial layer of this pelvic fascia. Branches of this internal iliac vessels in front of this pelvic fascia and rectum in the middle line. Behind there is a sacrum. In the gluteal region, this one are the gluteal region, piriformis in the gluteal region. तो उसके आगे आएगा dorsal surface of ischium and the capsule of this hip joint. पीछे आएगा gluteus maximum, emerging from this upper border and emerging from this lower border. So this one are the sometimes the tibial and the common peroneal nerve of the sciatic nerve separate early in the pelvis. In such condition, the tibial component emerges below the piriformis and common peroneal nerve pierces these muscles. It's supplied by this pelvis by the twin from this S1 and S2 muscles. Pelvic by the twin from the S1 and S2 nerve. So these are the ventral rami of the S1 and S2. उसका action है extend thigh, lateral rotator, flex the thigh, it acts as a abductor. This one are the action of these piriformis muscles. Now two gemelli, superior gemelli and inferior gemelli. So you see this superior gemelli and inferior gemelli origin from this inner surface of this. This one origin of the superior gemelli from the ischial spine at the posterior aspect and insertion both gemelli into the tendon obturator internus. Origin of this inferior gemelli from the ischial spine. So both are arise from this ischial spine and insertion along with this tendon of this obturator internus. Obturator internus का origin है inner wall of this pelvis पे. उन दोनों की nerve supply है superior gemelli की nerve supply now to obturator internus, inferior gemelli की nerve supply है now to quadratus femoris. And उसकी दोनों की action है lateral rotator. So lateral rotator of this thigh, they all are the short muscles are the lateral rotator of this thigh. So superior gemelli and inferior gemelli act as a lateral rotator of this thigh. Obturator internus. So you see here there is the origin of this obturator internus. It arises from this two part of this origin, inner surface of this obturator membranes, excluding the obturator canal in the upper part of this membrane. From adjoining istiopubic ramus and upper part of this pelvic surface of the body of the ischium, extending into the area between the pelvic brim and the upper margin of this greater sciatic notch. This one are the origin of this obturator. Insertion of this obturator, here there is a tricipital tendon, thus form the pasta across the posterior surface of the neck of femur and is inserted to the medial surface of greater trochanter, above and inferior of the trochanteric fossa. So तीनों टेंडन साथ में उसका इंसर्शन है medial surface of greater trochanter at the and above and inferior in front of this trochanteric fossa के आगे. So here there is a insertion of this obturator internus along with this two gemelli tendon of the superior and inferior gemelli. उसकी nerve supply now to obturator internus L5 and S1. They are the act as a lateral rotator of the thigh. So they all short muscle including this piriformis, two gemelli, quadratus femoris, obturator internus are the lateral rotator of the thigh. So relation of the obturator internus within the pelvis. Inner surface of this obturator internus is covered by the obturator fascia, which is derived from the partial layer of the pelvic fascia. Origin of this levator ani ani muscle, these are the forming the pelvic diaphragm. From the obturator fascia along the tendinous arch and the white line divide the latter into the upper and lower part. The upper part from the lateral wall of this true pelvis is covered by a partial periperitoneum and by the obturator now. Pelvic part of this ureter and the internal iliac vessels and their branches. The lower part of this obturator fascia form the lateral wall of the istiorectal fossa and the present the pudendal canal for the transmission of the internal pudendal vessels and pudendal nerve and its branches. Within this gluteal region, anteriorly and posteriorly there is a different. Anteriorly now two quadratus femoris and tendon of obturator internals. Posteriorly I got tricipital tendon is crossed by the sciatic nerve. Tricipital tendon means superior and inferior camera and obturator internals. So these are the relation within this gluteal region. उसकी now supply है obturator internals, now to obturator internals. It from the convey the fiber from the ventral branch of this or the ventral rami of the L5 and S1. Some author is including this S2 also. उसका action है lateral rotator of now obturator externals. Posterior region of the obturator externals. उसकी now supply है L3 and L4. It arises from this obturator membrane, ramus of this pubic and ramus of this ischium. This one are the origin of this obturator externals. उसका insertion है obturator extension into the trochanteric bursa on the medial aspect of greater trochanter of the femur. This one are the insertion of this obturator externals. उसकी now supply है obturator externals की posterior division of this obturator now. This one are this now supply of this obturator externals. Superior and inferior gemmelli दोनों की now supply different है. Superior gemmelli is supplied by this now to obturator internals. Inferior gemmelli is supplied by this now to quadratus femoris, which convey the fiber from ventral branch of this ventral rami of the L4 and L5. So these one are the two peculiarity of this superior and inferior gemelli. These are axon head tricipital tendon. They act as a lateral rotator of this hip joint. Both superior gemelli from the muscular groove anterior to the tendon of the obturator internals. And minimum friction between the tendon of obturator internals and external muscles. Now quadratus femoris. See this origin and insertion of this quadratus femoris. Quadratus femoris, it is rectangular muscle. Its upper border lies east to east with gemellus inferior, and its lower border with upper margin of the adductor magnus. उसका origin है linear origin from the external surface of this ischial tuberosity. This one are the ischial tuberosity है, उसकी lateral border और the external surface of the ischial tuberosity. उसका insertion यहाँ पे है quadratus tubercle of this femur. So इसलिए उसका नाम दिया है quadratus femoris. So insertion of this muscle extend laterally and is inserted into this quadrate tubercle near the middle of the intertrochanteric crest to the bone and that extend vertically downward for the short distance the lower border of the quadratus femori and lesser trochanter. This one are the insertion of this quadratus femoris. The elevation of this quadrate tubercle represents the site of the fusion of this epiphysis of greater trochanter and is not produced by the pull of these muscles. Now relation. Cruciate anastomosis of this arterial take place at the root of the greater trochanter in the interval between this quadratus femoris and upper border of this adductor magnus. So यहाँ पे cruciate anastomosis होती है. उसकी now supply है now to quadratus femoris. उसका action है lateral rotator of this thigh. So जो now supply है it arise from this convey the fiber from the ventral branch of this ventral rami of L4 and L5. Some author are including this L5 and S1 only. The now reach the muscles from the deep surface to also supply the twin to the gemelli inferior. इसलिए inferior gemelli की भी now supply क्या थी now to quadratus femori और superior gemelli की now supply क्या थी now to obturator internals. उसकी action है lateral rotator of this hip joint. So they all are the act as a lateral rotator of thigh. Now greater and lesser sciatic foramen. So prevent the weight of the body depressing its anterior part. So these are the sciatic foramen. ग्रेटर सियाटिक फोरामेन में एबव द पायरिफॉर्मिस एंड बिलो द पायरिफॉर्मिस. पायरिफॉर्मिस के ऊपर से कौन कौन सी नर्व पास हो रही है? सुपीरियर ग्लूटेल नर्व एंड वेसल्स. पायरिफॉर्मिस के नीचे से inferior gluteal nerve and vessels and sciatic nerve, posterior cutaneous nerve of thigh, nerve to codatus femoris, pudendal nerve, internal pudendal nerve and vessels, nerve to obtutor internus. ये तीनों जो स्ट्रक्चर से ग्रेटर सियाटिक फोरामेन में से बाहर निकलते हैं, फोरामेन में से वापस जाते हैं. से टेंडन ऑफ द obtutor internus, pudendal nerve, internal pudendal vessels and nerve to codatus obturator internus. So this structure passes from this lesser sciatic foramen. So यहाँ आपका ग्लूटेल रीजन पार्ट 1 कंप्लीट हो रहा है. नाउ थैंक